Hello guys, how are you doing? My name is Winfred. Welcome to this channel where it's all about live chat. I'm so glad that you've tuned in. Now allow me to take a few minutes to share the link with the rest of the people that wanted to really desperately join. This will take a few minutes, and in about 5 minutes we'll be starting. So if you're going to be joining, tell a friend, grab a bite, grab a drink, and by the time I finish sharing, 5 minutes, we'll be starting. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And thank you for hanging in there while I shared the link with the rest that have not yet joined. I'm so glad that you've tuned in, guys. How has been your week? Let me know how your week has gone. Today is Friday, and I'm hoping that you have had a pleasant one and you're feeling okay right now. I'm so glad that you've tuned in. Guys, let me know where you're watching from. I'm from Uganda. Those of you who are not from Uganda, I'm from Uganda, and this podcast is live from Uganda. So, in case you're wondering where this is going down from, it's Uganda. And if you happen to be free, I pray and hope that you tune in and just chat Friday night away. Let me know who is watching, where you're watching in from, and what your name is, how you got to know about the channel. This channel is dedicated to reading the Bible. Actually, we started off from Genesis, and our drive is to read the Bible all the way up to Revelation. But right now, we are in Psalms. But Fridays are purely dedicated to live chats. So on Friday, that's when we talk about life and everything in between. You know, life happenings. There's so much that goes on while, we are doing life, while we are alive. There's so much. It's everything: finances, relationships, betrayal, employment, all sorts of things, childbirth. But Friday is one of those days that we dedicated to talk about life happenings. And today is not any different. We are talking about life and all that has gone on or goes on in life. So I hope you're ready for this because it will be quite interesting. So I'll start officially, like I said, 5 minutes, and I'll say, hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Digesting the Bible with Winfred. I'm your host, Winfred, and tonight we are diving into a topic that many whisper about but few confront honestly. Yeah, it's one of those topics many people whisper about, but honest talks, few people confront it honestly. So it's one of those that we are going to talk about, which is why she cheats. If you've been there wondering, why do women cheat? What is it that women want? Well, today you're in luck. Grab a bite, tell a friend, share the link, and together let us discover together just a few of those things that go on as to why women cheat. There is quite a number, but I managed to research a few, and I hope they'll be helpful or shed some light to someone who is wondering out there as to why that goes on. I know infidelity is broad too, it goes across men and women. But this time round, we are going to be dealing with women. We've talked about betrayal before. Yeah, we have talked about it before. But our focus today is purely on women, simply because I'm a woman as well. And I've also had those questions a lot, as some men wondering, why do women cheat? Why do some women step out of their relationships or marriages? Remember, I said relationships or marriages, because you don't only step out of a marriage, also you step out of a relationship. So why do women do that? If you've been wondering, today you are in luck, because we've got some uh, reasons that will help shed light. What does the Bible say about this? Shaboya, thank you so much. You have been the very first one to tune in and actually drop a comment. Thank you so much. I hope you stick around and keep it interesting. I need your opinion. I need I need your opinion. I need your also your ideas. Cedric, good evening, my dear. How are you? And you said hello, everyone. Guys, I'm glad that you've tuned in. Just before we start off officially, because we are waiting for others to join in. We are quite few right now. But as we wait for others, let me know how your day was, Shaboya, how your day went, Cedric, whether you've had a nice week, a nice day Friday. I always look forward to Fridays because they are quite interesting. That gives me hope that the week is ending. If it's between work and dropping kids or picking kids, I just know my days are now out and I'm going to have some time to myself. I don't know about you. Let me know where you're watching from and how your week goes before we kick off officially, because there are some others that we wait for so that they can also join. Many times I've been told, but you start off before others. And I try to do a repeat of what I've just said, but it's normally not the same. They want time given to them as well, just as we kick off. And Jasper says, hi, guys. Hi, Jasper. Thank you so much. You guys are the first three. If there are words to be given out, it would be first to Shaboya, Cedric, and then Jasper. You guys are amazing. My biggest fans. Thank you so much. Uh, let me know how your week has gone. Let me know what's happened. On a sad note, a friend of mine just said her uncle passed, and in the same week, she had lost her sister. Oh, so it's been tough on her. May God comfort you, my friend Dorothy, as you grieve for your dear ones. Otherwise, those of us who are still alive, we've got reason to celebrate and thank God for gift of life. He is really the reason why we are all here. And if he says it's out, it's out. If he says yes, no one can say no. So with that in mind, guys, we need to not forget to give thanks to God for his goodness, for his mercy, for his love. Don't forget to say thank you for being here today, regardless of what your week has been, regardless of what you've gone through, regardless of where you've been today, just be grateful that there are those who have not been able to go through what you have gone through today. They've not seen today. Some of them have seen it, but not all of it. So for the fact that we are still here, we thank God because it could have been worse. So whether it was that money you're counting on that didn't come, but you're here, whether it was that promotion that you were counting on that didn't go through, that proposal, that whatever it is that it was, you thank God. Whether you had bad news from the doctor, the fact that you're still here, there are those who didn't even stand a chance. So we give God for all that He has given us. We give Him glory. I'm glad, guys, that you've tuned in. Someone has liked already. I know you are good fan. Thank you so much. I'm trying to wait, but I think in 5 minutes I'll officially go on. And in the meantime, let me know who else is watching, where you're watching from, and how your week has gone as we wait for others to join, because so far I see it's 4 of us. Now, if there's anyone else that is tuning in, let me know who it is you are, where you're watching from. I already know Shaboya is watching from Uganda. Cedric is in Uganda. Jasper is in Uganda. Let me know whoever gets to join where you are watching from. Some of us have had a hot day, but the nights get a bit chilly. So we thank God for a pleasant day. They had said it would rain until August, but I think they read their cards wrong and the rain stopped. I hope those who planted are now trying to again irrigate their crops because the rain seems like have gone out. Let me know who is watching, guys. I've had a good Friday. Nothing much, just spending time with family. And for that, I'm grateful. Otherwise, our topic today is why she cheats. If you have been wondering, why do really people cheat? Why do women cheat? We started off with women. If it is the men, trust me, I'll have to have a guest because I cannot speak for the men. Someone has got to speak on behalf of the men. So I'll try and get a guest. Let me know, guys, if my sound is okay. And if it is not, again, let me know because it is not good if you cannot hear me. Let me know if you hear me and hear me well. It is not good when we get in the midst of issues and then the sound goes off. So let me know if my sound is okay. Whoever is watching, let me know if my mic is okay. Guys, I've had issues with these mics, but yeah, God will help us. Single dad says now is okay. Okay, thank you so much. I was wondering whether my sound was okay or it wasn't. Thank you, single dad, and how are you? Let me know where you're watching from, how your week has gone. Anyone else that is watching. Otherwise, straight away, poor again. My sound is poor. Is it my sound that is poor? Oh my goodness. Is it my sound? Guys, let me know if my sound is okay. Single dad says poor again. I don't know whether it's my sound or the week. So be clear. Or the mic. Oh my goodness. Guys, I don't know what to do. I've just charged. Let me try and put on another one. See how it is. The mic is popping. Okay, I'll take it off. Fingers crossed, guys, that this one will stay on. Is it still okay or has it not changed? Let me know about my sound, if it has gotten any better. Perfect. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Now I pray, fingers crossed, that this mic would stay on until the end, because if it runs out, you already said it's popping. If it is not working right, then we'll have to think about some other options for the mic, because those are the only mics that I have. And if they are not working, we are going to have to go on without them, or you guys will have to give me ideas on what I should do next. Otherwise, let me know, how was your week, single dad? How was your week? Has it been one that is enjoyable? Did you have any good news? Any bad news? Any, so that we, you know, let me know if your week has gone better than so many others. A friend of mine just said her uncle died, and her sister in the same week. So we can take some time and remember, and just spend some time in quietness, just to remember those that have lost loved ones and those that have passed. I hope that those few minutes you said a prayer to them, that God would comfort those that have lost loved ones. There's a lot that goes on in life, guys, a lot. That is why these Fridays are dedicated to life. We talk about money, we talk about investments, we talk about um, finances, we talk about relationships, and everything in between. So don't hesitate. There's a WhatsApp number that runs normally across the screen, or you'll find in the description. The number is +256 762 599 138. That number is for those who want to join the WhatsApp group. In that group, we agree at times on the topics of discussion, or we make clear suggestions, we make friends, we laugh, we stand with each other. So that WhatsApp group is dedicated to that. If you're one that is interested, go ahead, drop a line in the WhatsApp and let me know that you'd want to join. And if you do, then we'll join you to the group, and together we'll chat further than, or let me say beyond, behind the curtains. That's where everything goes down. We laugh, we joke, we tease, we get real. So in case you're lonely, you want someone to chat with, that WhatsApp group is really good. You could make a few friends and, just add to your joy. Otherwise, I have also another channel, uh, Plates and Places with Winfred. There, it's about building, it's about food, easy meals at home. You can whip up any meal and fine dine like royalty when you're in your own house. And these meals are cheap, affordable. These are things you normally have in your home that could be flipped up a bit, and you come up with a completely new meal. So if you're interested, go ahead and look out that channel as well. It's called Plates and Places with Winfred, and we will have fun. Otherwise, that number is for WhatsApp and for the WhatsApp group, and those who want to drop comments. Like some of the examples of the stories that I'm going to talk about are dropped on WhatsApp, and I just compile and feed when the live goes on. So in case you're interested, go ahead and drop a line on WhatsApp and we'll join you to the group. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe. And if you enjoy our lives or our chats, go ahead and like. Guys, you lose nothing. You know, dropping a like or a comment just encourages me, the presenter, in knowing that you like what topics are put out, and then encourages me to look for better interesting topics for Friday. And besides, you can go ahead and suggest a topic and we can handle it together. Otherwise, the essence is to read the Bible. So if you feel down in the week, there are Bible readings Monday to Thursday, and then Friday we do the live. And Saturday and Sunday, I let you rest and also read your Bible at church on Sunday. So that's why Sundays we don't put, and Saturdays we are thinking, since you are on the podcast, you're tired, you can have a binge on what we just did in the week, which is Monday to Thursday, or the chapters. Otherwise, go ahead and read ahead of us. We started off in Genesis, now we are in Revelation. Now, I think we've waited enough for these guys. Let us officially start. I told you guys, let me know who is watching, but you are not. It's 3 minutes in, and I will start. So hello again, beautiful people. Welcome back to Digesting the Bible with Winfred. I'm your host, Winfred, and tonight we are diving into a topic that many whisper about, but few confront honestly. The topic is why she cheats. Have you ever wondered why women cheat? Well, if you've wondered before, you are in the right place, and you're likely to get a few pointers on as to why women do what they do. I mean, yes, we've talked about betrayal before, but tonight we focus on women. A time for the men will come, but guess what? When the time for the women comes, I will have to have a guest, a man speaker or co-host, to run this with me, because I cannot fully represent the men and I cannot speak men's mind, but I can represent the women and speak from the angle of the women. That is why I'm bold to sit and just present this by myself, along with the research that I've got from the different ladies that I talk to. If you stay up to the end, you'll find out that different women that I talked to and why they did what they did. Some, goodness, have their own reasons. And you will be surprised. If you're a man out there wondering why women cheat, well, grab a bite, get a cup of tea or coffee or a drink, your favorite drink, and sit. Make sure you don't miss anything, because we are about to unpack real big time. Excuse me. Today we are talking about why do some women step out of their relationships or marriages. What does the Bible say about this? What are the emotional, spiritual, and psychological roots as to why women cheat? Those are the things that we are going to deal with, because believe you me, there is the emotional bit, there is the spiritual bit. Some people are dealing with emotions. When I say emotional, there is the emotional bit where people are dealing with things that are going on, secret battles that are going on within them that they cannot tell anyone. And so they cheat because of that. And then there is the spiritual bit where they are bound. Believe you me, they are bound. You may not understand it. You think they are just loose. They just need to be dumped. No one needs to be with those people. Well, you are wrong. Some of them are spiritual and they need deliverance. Just like it falls on the other end as well for the men. Same applies to the women. Some of their battles are spiritual, and that's why they cheat. And then there is also the psychological root where they grew up, they were seeing certain things, they were going through certain things, and so they learned to behave a certain way and don't know how to stop. Now, because our numbers are not yet up, I'm waiting, guys, for others to join in. And how can one heal truly from, infidelity, because you can really heal. Some people have healed by meeting the right people, that right person who changes your life completely, fills those gaps as they were before, and your life just transforms. And people look at you and like, you're not the same person that we know. You're not that person that used to, go out and change men like nothing, because they met that one right person. So when you meet that right person, sometimes that's all that it takes, for your life to turn around. You meet that person that changes you, that ticks all the boxes, that speaks right, handles you right. Because we cheat for different reasons. Some people cheat because psychologically they don't know any different. They grew up probably where what they were seeing was infidelity all around. They were never in a proper home. All they were seeing, those who were around them, were people who were doing what pleased them, living for the day. So some of it is psychological, much as it could be spiritual, or it could be um, emotional. Rogers, how are you, my dear? How are you? I'm glad that you've tuned in. I hope this time your sound is okay and can hear and hear really good. Because last Friday we missed you big time. How are you, Rogers? Let me know if you're okay and how your Friday is going. Have you? I'm okay. Okay, that is good to hear. I was wondering all along, where is Rogers? Now I'm waiting for dinner. I'm waiting for Lydian. I'm waiting for TJ. Yeah, TJ is one of those that is also missing. I don't know whether who whoever is watching, guys, let me know. TJ says hi. Oh, TJ, I was wondering where you were, and I'm glad that you tuned in. Let me know how your week went, whether you have been okay and you've had a pleasant time, what filled up your week, how your Friday is going. Rogers, let me know how your week. Are you off today? Because you normally get your offs on weird days. The other day you told me you'd be off, and then you said no, you were drunk. And actually you are not having an off. So if you are having an off, let me know. If you are okay, let us know. Dina, I'm wondering where you are. Uh, I'm hoping that we are all going to be together and sticking around until the end, guys. Rogers, you tend to get off as the life is continuing, going off to work. But if you hang in there as long as you can, that's okay. I still say, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and subscribing, sharing the link, dropping comments. Some of you really stay on there until the end, and you just make it a fun place to be by hanging in there till the end. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm waiting for our numbers to up a bit before we go deeper, because I've got those complaints of we are always starting before them. By the time they finish work, by the time they join in, you are already gone off. But now it is time we are going to be starting. This is the call that I would put in, and I'm hoping it would be the final. I say hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Digesting the Bible with Winfred. I'm your host, Winfred, and tonight we are diving into a topic that many whisper about, but few confront honestly. That is why she cheats. That is the topic we are going to talk about. If you've wondered why women cheat, grab a cup of tea or coffee or drink and a bite and let us talk. Yes, we talked about betrayal before. Hello, Dina. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, it's a live podcast. Feel free to drop comments, and we are talking about why women cheat. Why do some women step out of their relationships or marriages? That is what we are out to find out today. What does the Bible say about this? What are the emotional, spiritual, psychological roots? And how healing truly begins from such a state. Let's have an honest, respectful, and deeply spiritual conversation. Now, feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments as we go along. It's a live podcast, so go ahead, let me know who is watching and where you're watching from. And your opinion counts on this one. When a woman cheats, society reacts differently. Then, when a man cheats, well, we hear often things like men are just like that, But why are women treated that way? Does it shock, uh, you know, or shame or judgment? Why is it that it causes shock, shame, or judgment when it comes to a woman cheating? Remember, guys, we are all human with blood flowing. The blood for the men is not red and ours is green. All blood is the same. Yeah. But why is it that when women cheat, it is considered shameful, it's considered uh, something to shy about, it's wicked, it's unheard of. But when a man does cheat, it is, they say men will always be men. Why? With women, it's shame, it's judgment, it's shock. Everyone who hears is like, what did she do? Oh my goodness, that is so wicked. How could she? But men do it all the time. But let's ask, is her choice random? When a woman cheats, is her choice random? Does she just pick someone randomly and cheat with? Or does she do it intentionally? That is something we need to note, because don't think a woman would just go and she just cheats out of a relationship or a marriage. No, it is not random. We'll find out today. Or is there a deeper cry for connection, validation, or escape? Because most of the time when a woman does something, it's calculated. It's either she's looking for validation or she's looking for an escape or connection. Probably things are not working out with the one they are with right now. So today we are going to go deeper. But again, the Bible shows us women who were misunderstood, hurting, and all labeled. Think of the woman caught in adultery. Let's begin with the truth. Cheating is a sin, but behind every sin, there is a story. Cheating is a sin. Remember, this channel is dedicated to the Bible. So we will refer more to the Bible and find out why this happens. Remember, we said some of the reasons why women cheat are spiritual, emotional, some of them are psychological. When I say emotional, probably because I've got some issues, I want someone who cares much more, but is not. And those are the emotional bits as to how I feel. I feel I'm not seen, so you cheat. Or I feel there is the emotional bit, but also there is the spiritual bit where someone is bound and they cannot really stop what they are doing. So once our eyes are open to all these, then probably would look at uh, people who cheat differently and also consider them, because unless you know why someone is doing something, you would not be able to judge them and judge them right. Now, some others cheat because it's psychological. That's all they know. That's all they grew up seeing. Now, let's get into real life reasons. Women cheat. There are studies, therapies, and sessions and testimonies revealing recurring patterns. And remember, understanding is not excusing the shedding light in dark corners. Now, reasons why women cheat are the ones we are going to focus on. Emotional neglect. Oh my goodness, there's that emotional neglect. She feels invisible, unheard. When a woman is feeling invisible, she's with you. She chose you in the first place. But while she's with you, she doesn't feel like she counts. I know of people who don't treat women as anything but property, or don't treat women as anything but something you can keep on the side. Rogers says, for me, I leave woman to be, because woman Let me read what Rogers just said. Because woman for the poor man cheats and woman for the rich men also are cheats. Why? Yeah, Rogers, we are going to find out why women cheat because that's the reason why we are doing this today. It's I told you before, it's the emotional neglect. You get this woman, she's fine. Let her know she is fine. Don't, dismiss her, make her feel invisible, like she's not there. If she's beautiful, uh, don't feel shy to say that she is beautiful. Dina is saying I read her messages. Okay, let me read your messages. You said hello and you said greetings. Good evening, my brother Rogers. Yeah, yeah. And then you said, and Rogers was also greeting you, Dina. So I hope you're happy now. Otherwise, back to what we were talking about, the emotional neglect. She feels invisible with you. She's there, but it's like she's not even there. The way you treat her, she could be tempted. If someone came along that treated her with dignity, with respect, sees her, says you're beautiful, says you're beautiful, says, I'll read your messages, Dina, just a minute. Yeah. If a woman doesn't feel visible in a relationship, she will tend to look for it somewhere else. Someone needs to, if you found a fine girl and you got into a relationship with her, really make her feel that she's fine. And don't be scared or shy of showing her because some men think if you tell a woman she's fine, if you treat her like she's fine, she will then grow hairs and then, just run off with some random person. No, she needs to secure it at home. That way, when she goes out, it's not new. You know, she'll be looking to say words like, well, tell me something new. I already know that because I've got someone who always tells me I'm fine. But when she feels invisible, when she feels unheard, when she is emotionally starved, when I say emotionally starved, she longs for the touches, for the hugs, for the holding of hands in public. I know of someone who was complaining that this person never takes me out in public. We always meet in secret places, and when we meet, it is in places that are so exclusive. I'm never shown to public. So if someone comes and is willing to publicly show affection to her, trust me, she will run. So you were wondering why women cheat? It's because of the emotional neglect. Now, there are some women also who cheat because of revenge or retaliation. I mean, you did it, I will do it. Yeah. I will read Dina and Roger's comments because they keep on coming. Dina says, read my messages. I read them. No, there are others. And she says, who is Dina Max? Rogers is saying, who is Dina Max? No, 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 no. And then Roger says, Dina, you lie. No, any other messages? Yeah, there are no other messages, Dina. I hope you find that out. Otherwise, guys, it's a live podcast. Go ahead and drop in the comment section your comments and we'll find time and read them. I'm so glad that you've tuned in. And the other reason why women change is revenge or retaliation. I mean, you did it, guess what I'll do? I will do it again. Now, that is the commonest reason as to why women cheat. You may cheat and I forgive you, quote unquote, forgive. But guess what? I will look for an opportunity to go even with you, either by also doing the same thing you did, just so it removes the pain that I feel from your betrayal. Now, people cheat simply because, again, they are retaliating or revenging. A response to betrayal, especially after his infidelity. If you cheat on me, it is so easy for me to look for those opportunities, those doors that had presented themselves to me to cheat and I was not responding to or entering or going for. Now I'll boldly enter because now I feel justified because you did cheat on me, so I will cheat. So if you're wondering, the second reason is retaliation or revenge. Now, another reason why women cheat is the low self esteem. Cheating can be misguided research to, to validation. I can cheat simply because my self-esteem is low. Someone comes and tells me, oh, wow, you fine thing. And probably the one I'm with has never told me. He makes it always seem like he did me a favor being with me. So guess what? If I find someone, you know, who is praising me and I don't think the things they are saying are true about me, guess what I'll do? I'll be like, he really said that? He thinks I'm all that? So because your self-esteem is low, you tend to go out. Now women cheat, not guys. We said because of emotional neglect, revenge, and also the other one, low self-esteem. Now the other reason women cheat is the feeling of being trapped. You know, in cultures where divorce is a taboo, cheating becomes an escape. Excuse me. There are some cultures where you cannot step out. You can't divorce. You can't get out of that marriage that is leading you to nowhere, and you don't feel like this person was right for you. You knew from get go this was a mistake, but it's a taboo in your culture. It's a no no in your culture to divorce. Guess what people do? They cheat because they are like, well, I will not divorce him because my culture doesn't allow, but I'll find the one who makes me feel good about myself. So guess what? They will cheat because they want, you know, they are emotionally trapped. Yeah, the feeling of you are trapped. There is nowhere to go. It's like you're bound with this person that you don't love, who doesn't probably love you back. But what can you do? Guess what? People step out. Now, another one is the addiction or trauma. Childhood abuse or childhood abandonment, wounds that manifest in adult choices. Those are some of the wounds that manifest in adult choices. When you had addictions, you are addicted. Yeah. And Rogers says, but mommy, for us, the men, we are allowed to cheat. No one allows men to cheat, Rogers. It's one of those liberties that you give yourselves, but you're not allowed to. In a relationship, guys, everyone wants to feel loved. If you don't want someone to give you what they've chewed through, don't give it to someone. Don't be fooled. There are some traditions, there are some cultures, there are some uh, religions that permit multiple marriages. But those multiple marriages don't sit well with anyone. I don't care how you convince yourself that religiously some people take it. Well, it's not easy because I've even seen my Muslim brothers when the sisters are really going against each other with fists, with the number one going against number three or number one going against number two. So it's just being human. It is not easy to give away what you love, your favorite candy, and you give it out to someone else to eat as well. It is not easy unless you are born to just share everything that you have. Well, that happens to the very few. And trust me, those few that are okay with it do not care about really what you do as long as you take care of them. So that's why it seems like it's okay, but Rogers, it's not. You said, as the men, we are allowed to cheat because we have Okusajalata. Rogers, no way. No way, guys. You can do it. That's why many men have been robbed out of real good women. Because the moment you cheat on me, my doors will close. Fine, before they were wide open and I was trusting you with everything. Now, guess what I start doing? I start taking what rightfully feels mine. If you are leaving Kameza money, we have what we call Kameza money. Those of you who are in Uganda, the money that the man leaves on a daily to run the house expenses, we do that a lot. I don't know why we do it, but that's what goes on in many relationships. That money that you leave to run the house every day or per week, say like you give me 50,000 shillings or roughly $20 or $20 to run my house a week. If we are to use dollars, I will spend $5 and run that house and save the 15. preparing for my rainy day where I will run away and take everything with me. I mean, I've had men who have been robbed of everything, including properties, and simply because you did not provide a secure bed for her to lie in. And so she got ideas on how to take care of herself. So if you don't want those ideas from us, men tend to say we are thieves, we steal, we don't love. Well, we don't, because you step out on us. And so we start learning how to take care of ourselves. I hope I've represented the women well on that one. And Rogers says, now when is Okus, eh? Now when is kusajalata? Well, that is a word that many people have that shouldn't actually be. You shouldn't have those. If you have those options, then you should be okay with us also cheating, because we should also kukazi walata, if there's anything like that. You know, what he means when he says kusaja walata is men should be free to be men. Yeah, that means women should also be free to be women, because there is no rule that says you're more of men and we are less of women. We are women, you are men. We demand for what you are having. If you're going to enjoy yourself, we might as well enjoy as well, because we are still humans at the end of the day. Well, going back to our points that we had started listing, and I was saying lack of spiritual and anchoring. Drifting from God weakens the accountability and and creates unhealed bitterness. When we are anchored on God, when we are connected to God, we tend to see things a certain way. So when your partner is falling short somewhere, you tend to be patient, you tend to be understanding. But if I'm far from God, guess what? You cheat, I will cheat. You do something, I will do it. You kusaja wata, I will do the same. Why? Because you did it in the first place. So guess what? I will do the same because I feel justified. Anyway, that is just by human nature. Now, which of these reasons do you think is the most common? Which of the reasons that we have given is the most common? Is it the emotional neglect? Is it the revenge or retaliation? Or is it the low self-esteem? Or is it the feeling of being trapped? Is it the addiction to, the wounds that you got in the past? Or is it the lack of spiritual anchoring? Which one do you think is common? Let me know, guys. It's a live chat. Drop in the comments. Let me know what you think is common that causes women to cheat. What do you think is common among women that normally is their excuse for cheating? Let me know in the comments section. Or the most common or overlooked one. Even your kukazi walata. That's what Rogers is writing. Oh, okay, yeah. When I said kusaja lata, whatever he said, the reason I said it is because if women have those liberties, remember, guys, women are seeking for the same. It is basically tit for tat. When a man cheats on a woman, the woman wants to know who it is he cheated with, where did they go, how does she look, what does she have that I don't? It all goes on in our heads, wanting to know more, so that I can plan my revenge and plan it really well. If it is because my weight, then I work on my weight and then go out and put it in your face that you know what, this is what you neglected and someone has picked. Yeah. Now, biblical case studies. I'll go to Delilah. Though not technically a cheater, Delilah shows how manipulation and self-interest can destroy intimacy. When we go to Delilah, what does her story teach us about betrayal in relationships? When we look at Delilah in the Bible, she was manipulative. She was a selfish person. That is why. So we can say what causes women to cheat is self-interest. Because you just care about yourself. You don't care about anyone. And so guess what? You cheat. That is a reason. Now, there is Gomer also in the Bible. God asked Hosea to marry a woman who would um, be unfaithful. Why? To illustrate God's unending love and for Israel. The waywardness of Gomer's story is raw but powerful. She was a prostitute, and she couldn't stay in one place. So there are some people who, in Uganda, we call it that the dogs licked their feet. They can't stay in one place. So you can't find a person who was licked by dogs in the feet and then under the feet, between the feet, and speculatively speaking, not per se a dog licking between your feet, but that's what we use to put it like that. And we say that if you get a person who is like that, they never stay in one place. So if you got someone who is like that and try to make a wife, a faithful woman out of them, it normally doesn't happen. Now, I ask, have you ever felt emotionally starved in a relationship? Because if you have, what did you do about it? If you have ever been emotionally starved in a relationship, or maybe you walked through betrayal yourself, we are not here to judge, but here to heal. Yeah. So, why faithful women still fall is the reason we are going to go to. But I wanted to ask, have you ever felt emotionally starved in a relationship? Roger says, one lady is not enough for the men. And who says one man is enough? Rogers, one man is not enough also for the ladies. If one lady is not enough, even one woman is not enough, one man is not enough for the ladies. Because whatever you give, we can give as well. You carry the same energy we carry. But faithfulness is required of all of us. Even the Bible, if we are to go back to it, requires that we practice self-control. Imagine, Rogers, every car you see that is nice, do you go and get it? No, you don't. Why? Because it is not yours. Because you've not paid for it. Because it has someone else's name on it. Same applies to relationships or women. These ladies that you're taking for a ride, everyone has someone out there right for them. But when we don't take time to investigate and find out who is it that is meant to be mine, we go around leaving the one who has 85% looking after the 15. Can you imagine what a loss? You leave someone who has 85% and go searching for someone who has 15. And then you get to the one who has 15 but lacks the 85, and then you try to go back to, oh my goodness, it's just so confusing. You go around like a drunkard person. Now, why faithful women still fall? Let's talk about the faithful woman, the one who prays all the time, the one who serves, the one who loves her family, yet one day she finds herself flirting with temptation. How does this happen? Yeah, you know this woman who is prayerful, she's always praying. Like there was a scandal in town where a pastor's wife went off with a man who makes Rolex. In Uganda, Rolex is a big thing. Who makes chapati with fried eggs in between. And a married woman, a woman of God who prays, who serves God, who loves her family, finds herself with such passion, flirting with temptations. Yeah. Warning signs: isolation from spiritual communities. The reason why that would happen in a setting that is for Christians is when you isolate yourself from spiritual communities. So we need to congregate. If there is a circle of people that pray, be with them. If there is a circle of faith of people at church, particularly, you go and strengthen yourself. That way, you don't have to be tempted. Then the secret emotional attachment. You have an emotional affair. You are attached to this person, but that person doesn't probably know. But anytime they come around, you feel like, oh my goodness, he's come close. That secret emotional attachment can lead to cheating, because once that person comes to you and they make advancement, you will go with them and you end up cheating, which is not something that we should do, but because you tolerated the secret emotional attachment. So we shouldn't be attached to anyone except the ones we are in a relationship with at the time. Because if you're attached to this one and the other one, before you know it, you feel like, it takes someone you're attached to a few words, and before you know it, a good thing is messed up. And also, there is discontentment or resentment building silently when you're not contented with the one you have at home. Oh, that is deep. You are with someone, but you're not contented. Your soul is racing within you. Discontentment with the person you have at home, probably say you are into a certain kind of people, but the one you have at home is different. Like many men cheat because the kind of people they have at home are way different from the ones they really want to pursue. And so you find them on weddings, on birthdays, parties with these completely opposite people compared to the ones they have at home. Say, like your wife gained some bit of weight after having those beautiful children that you brag about, and then you don't want to be seen in public with her. You make it seem like she's way older than you, that she's not, what you want, but yet she gives you the comforts or the assurance of tomorrow at home, of a comfortable home. And then you step out with this one who look, they call them chips and chicken. They are snacks, if I may call, or junk, if I may put it. But junk taken, guys, can cause some serious damage. Yeah. Now, also there is the flirting with fantasy via novels, shows, even social media. You flirt on social media like crazy. You flirt with this person, and you say it's just flirting, it's not anything. And that grows. And before you know it, it's really a relationship starting and it's cheating going down. So, flirting, especially on social media, or flirting with fantasy via novels, via shows, or social media, or DMs, that can also cause cheating. Also, the underestimating of the power of temptation. You think for you are not one who can fall. And so you play with fire. You don't think you can be tempted. And so you let down your guard. You don't think, me, I cannot be swept by anyone. And this person determines to sweep you off your feet, and they pursue you and get you. So there is also that, the underestimating of the power of temptation. Each person is tempted when they are when they are dragged away by their own evil desires. Each person is tempted. Yeah. Now, there are practical guardrails that we can use. The accountability to your partner. These are called guardrails for a reason. They are practical, you can use them, and they can keep you from cheating. The accountability to your partner. You tell them, you make that you're accountable to your partner. You tell them where you're going, and you tell them who you're going to be with, so that they are aware, and if they see any signs, they can always pull you out before. Or you tell them, you know what, when I'm around this person, I really feel weak to their needs. And guess what? Probably they would do something and always be around you while you're with them, if it's unavoidable. Open conversations in relationships. Have an open conversation with your partner, because if you don't, guess what happens? He doesn't know that when he dismisses you, how he treats you, like, and makes you feel like you're invisible, the emotional neglect. If you don't have those open talks with your partner, chances are this will happen. So one way to a practical guardrail that you could use would be to have open conversations with your partner, knowing your emotional triggers, because it is also key that we know ourselves, and know ourselves really good. And you know that for me, once I'm in such and such a state, it is so easy for me. If I meet such a, like I had a friend who used to say that she's got a weakness for tall, thick-bodied men, and she kept on saying that, and it was really innocent and sweet hearing her, because she had even told it to her husband, that she has that weakness for thick build. You know, these Nigerian, like the Nigerian men who are big and yet, tall. She had that weakness and she was open to her husband about it. So the man was always aware that and they used to make jokes out of it, but he was aware. So knowing your emotional triggers is also good, and you open about it, and also staying spiritually grounded. Those of you who are spiritual, if you're going to the mosque, if you're praying, if you're going to the church, temple, whatever, is spiritually being grounded would help you, stay on the right track. No one is far too gone. Whether you cheated, whether you were cheated on, or just feel broken, God restores. He does restore, and you can be rebuilt. I'll give you stories of some of the people that I talked to and how they dealt with things. And Roger says, "Mommy, why nowadays wife for the rich men more cheat than for the poor?" Well, the wives for the rich men cheat because of the emotional neglect. This woman wants someone who will be there, someone who to go out with in public, and these rich men don't have time. They just know one language, making money. And as long as they make money and give it to you, well, that is as far as they go. And most of the time, you men think all we want is money. It gets to a place where you have someone, even these mighty women that you see, can be swept off their feet by someone who has their line straight, by someone who has mastered the art of emotions. Just showing a little care. For us women, it starts somewhere. You know, you are just kind to me, you help me out. Some of us are touchy-feely people, and you just like to be touched or held. Simple, simple things. Now, these rich men know one language: to make money. And that is where you men fail. You think as long as you're giving me that money, you bought me that car, you've sorted everything. So you can now go, relax, and do as you please. Well, you're so wrong. The emotional neglect, fine, you're taking care of my financial needs, but my emotions are not sorted. I feel alone, yet surrounded with all this money. I feel, invisible. It's like all you know is money, and you call for me when you want, and then once you're done with me, it's like I'm not even there. There's one I know who even told the woman that stick to the kitchen. That is your domain. That's where you belong. The rest doesn't count. Now that alone is like a bomb that hits you in the chest. And Rogers is saying care is money. Mm, Care is not money, Rogers. You need to learn how to do a balance. You're caring, you're providing. Those two are different, and they are all required of you. Guess what? They are all required of you. You need to care, and you need to love, and you need to provide, because that is, your God-given responsibility to your woman, that you need to care for her, that you need to love her, and you need to provide for her. That is your God-given ability. So if you care for me, again, try and have some money so that we do not starve and make me long for other men. But guess what? A good woman that really loves you will not be after your money, will love you regardless of whether there is food or not. She will stick with you through thick and thin, through fire or hell water. She will stick by. That's one that truly loves you. And we all need to get to that place where we find those kind of women, because they are there. And those women are trusting. A woman who truly loves you will buy you shoes, will buy you clothes, will not get your money to take care of herself. She will take care of herself and take care of you as well. But if you find one, I don't even have money for my hair, I need money for my nails, I don't have money for my lotions, I don't have this, that woman is self-centered. It's just like Gomer in the Bible, or Delilah. They just, care about themselves. One who truly loves or cares for you will try to save you money so that you can use your money to develop yourselves, not to waste it on things that don't come. Because a woman can really take care of herself. She can do her hair if she wanted to, because she was doing her hair before she even met you. She can do her nails if she wants to. Men were not created that they do give us the money for hair, nails. No. If a woman truly loves you, I mean, there was that video that went viral of this lady that bought a PS5 for this young man she was interested in and found him at work. I think it was Valentine's Day. And the man sent her away because that is not unheard of. In our culture, it is the man that pursues. But this woman came bold and brave. She had brought the PS5 and I think some money with it. A brand new one. You know how much it goes for? Well, it is some serious money there, but the man rejected her because the what we have been programmed to think was reversed. It was this time the woman providing. But that's a good woman. If you look back, that is a good woman that truly loves the boy or the man. Now, if a woman truly loves you, she will spend on you. But the one who doesn't love or care about you will drain you and milk you dry like a cow until blood comes. I hope I've said enough about that one, Rogers. It's a live chat, guys. Go ahead, drop in the comment section what your thoughts are. And together, let us grow our minds on this one. I was telling you about stories that I managed to get. There's a story of Priya. Priya says uh, she married young, became a full time housewife. Her husband works 14 hours a day and rarely speaks to her. She met an old friend who listens, and one night listened and her loneliness led to betrayal. Do you see the story, guys? She said that her husband works 14 hours and she went out one time and met an old friend that was able to listen. And her loneliness led to betrayal, just to make the story short. Now, what is the theme that we learn from there? It's the emotional neglect, the lack of intimacy, because her husband works 14 hours a day. So that means if a day has 24 hours, the last 10 is all that she gets to see of the man, including sleep in between there. So you can imagine. Now, she cheated or betrayed her man. I don't know whether they are married, but she says she betrayed her man simply because of the 14 hours that he works. And they had married young, and she was a full time housewife. So you can see that what led to her betrayal, not that she was born to be promiscuous or she's an unfaithful woman by nature. It was because she was emotionally neglected. Always at home, she was a full-time housewife and the man was working 14 hours. That means the only time she could have with him were 10 hours. And those 10 hours included his sleeping time. So if he sleeps eight hours, then she had him for only 2. You can imagine. So it was the emotional neglect that led to her betrayal and the lack of intimacy. Now, another one is Carol. Carol says after years of forgiving her boyfriend is infidelity, she finally cheats with his best friend, not out of desire, but out of anger and revenge. Oh my goodness, Carol, thank you so much for sharing. But you see why Carol cheated. She said that after years of forgiving her boyfriend's infidelity, she finally cheats with his best friend, not out of desire, but out of anger and revenge. So it goes to show you guys that a woman can cheat, not because she desires desperately. That's why I asked, do you think the men that women cheat with, are they random? No, they are not. Most of the time, the women who cheat don't cheat with random strangers. These are people that probably have been coming their way, suggesting, telling them flattery words and them considering them. But once something triggers, they are the ones they fall on. So Carol says, Carol, thank you for sharing that after years of forgiving her boyfriend's infidelity, she finally cheated with his best friend, not out of desire, but out of anger and revenge. And Rogers now no marry, not to marry. Carol did not say she was married, Rogers. She was in a relationship. That is what she says. And she says she cheated because she wasn't desiring this man, but she cheated because she was angry, tired of her boyfriend's infidelity. The man was not faithful. So that's another example, guys, of what people do and what forces women to do the things they do. Now, as you can see, it is not a random stranger. It was to his best friend. Why? She wanted to hurt him where it hurts the most, simply because of what he had made her feel. So women do cheat out of revenge and out of anger. I have also, Carol, thank you so much for sharing your story. I have also Fee. She calls herself Fee. She says she's a girl with low self-esteem. She got into a relationship with a man who stopped complimenting or pursuing her. I can already see where this is ending. She says she's a girl of low self-esteem and got into a relationship with a man who stopped complimenting her or pursuing her. And she cheated with someone who makes her feel beautiful again. Now, do you see? She said she had low self-esteem. She was not feeling herself. There are people who don't know. There is someone I know who went with a man simply because that man said you are beautiful. Yeah. And through more flattery words. And because he was the only one who had said them, that woman succumbed to his flattery and got involved with him only for him to abandon her after some time. So you can see if I have if I have low self-esteem, that is why women, we need to have, up ourselves on how we feel. You don't need men to justify. You don't need someone to tell you you are beautiful. Wake up every day and tell yourself you beautiful thing, because you are. The Bible says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and in God's image we were all created. So just know you're beautiful. It doesn't matter what the world has set as standards for beauty. Know who you are and find someone who sees you for who you are and values you for who you are, because who you are is who you are. Many relationships failed in the lockdown because men don't know how to relate. Some of the men just want to, just get to know you in bed and that's it. But that also spoiled things for us in the lockdown. I don't know about you guys who are not Ugandans. Our lockdown was the longest in history, and the men could not go to work. And if you don't have that time to talk to your wife, where you have a relationship of some sort, it was hard to stay at home. So guess what? They were always fist fighting, always, back and forth, and many relationships ended just during and after. And someone is asking, where are you, Dina? Dina, where are you? Dina says women cheat if they have a lot of responsibility left for them. Is it? That's what, what do you mean responsibilities left for them? Dina, clarify on that one. And you've been quiet. I don't know where Lydian is. And single dad says Dina Max. Yeah, Dina. Back me up on this one, why women cheat. But again, be clear that if there is a lot of responsibility left to them, so they cheat. I don't per se understand you, but maybe you can explain and we get to hear. Otherwise, there are women like Fee. Fee says she's a girl with low self-esteem. We all need to know that we are worth something. Carrying ourselves so low makes the people who see us or get to know us to take us for granted. Dina says, big up single dad. Dina, explain why you said if women are left with many responsibilities, they cheat. Please be clear on that one. She was saying she's a girl of low self-esteem and into a relationship with a man who stopped complimenting her. So men, you want your woman not to cheat. Don't stop on those compliments. Shower her with them. Let her feel like she's the queen that you are making her. and or pursuing her, the man stopped pursuing her. Like there's a tendency of you men getting us and then stopping, trying to pursue us. We really thrive on that one. You praise all the other women out there, you give crazy stares at these other women, but you don't to us. And if I find someone who still thinks I've still got it, guess what? I'll try my luck, because after all, this one is seeing something that someone I'm with is not. So we need to, if we want our relationships to work, to keep on fanning compliments. I'm not saying you're the only one supposed to compliment. Also, us women, we need to continue showering you with respect, with care, with love. Yeah, because again, men thrive on respect and love, and creating a comfortable place for ourselves, because you need a happy home. He needs a happy home. So if we can create and meet along the way somewhere, then our relationship will thrive. But men, please don't, because Fee here said he stopped pursuing her and showering her with compliments. So she cheated with someone who makes her feel beautiful again. That is why she cheated. And she said she's a person who suffers with low self-esteem. So the theme there is insecurity. She lacks self-worth, and she uh, she's hungry for validation. She needs someone to make her feel like she's something. So if you get to know that, please do it. Dina says, for instance, if you have a lot of children to take care of, or a family, members, or even taking care of a man, for they no longer want to work. Okay, so when a man doesn't want to work, you cheat. Or when you're taking care of many children, you cheat. I need to know, Dina, from you. Do you cheat because you have so many children that you have to take care of, or a man who doesn't want to work? Is that why a woman cheats, Dina? Let us know why that is. Dina Max, let us know why that is. Let us know why that is. Because I would think if you have so many children to take care of, you would not have time to step out, because all your day is busy with things to do, children to take care of. I wonder how you'd find time to cheat, because you are working. Why would you have time to do that? A full-time job taking care of kids, and a man who is jobless. Yeah. And there is Immaculate. Fite, thank you so much for sharing your story. Guys, it's a live podcast. Go ahead, drop in the comment section what your thoughts are, and we'll read them. Otherwise, Immaculate says she's a university student. She's a university student who fell for her male best friend while dating her boyfriend from high school. Emotional lines. Then one kiss turns into months of cheating. Ah, Immaculate, you really had some serious issues. I think some of us are excusing ourselves for our wanting to step out. You really wanted for so long to step out, but you didn't know where to start from. Guess what? You start from somewhere. You pretend like, because to me, I don't understand. You go to university. If you're in a relationship, you keep it straight. But if you want your bread, your butter, and your honey as well, and jam, you go for everything. Otherwise, there is where we practice self-control. Immaculate. And I'll read some comments. Roger says, Dynamax Jangu. Yang Dynamax Jangu. And Dina says, yes, because someone can give me money. Someone can give you money to take care of the children, and the man who is okay. Then maybe we would say, oh yeah, I think responsibilities. You cheat because your man has no job. I get you now. Has no job, and you have to take care of him and the children. And so you step out hoping to get some money to maintain your marriage or your relationship or your home. I get you now. Thank you, Dina, for sharing. And Rogers says, which means, Dina, you like Dina Max. Yango. Well, Dina will have to explain on that one. Or maybe it's a different Dina that we're talking to. Otherwise, it's a live chat, guys. Go ahead. Don't be quiet. Let us know where you're watching from, who it is that is watching, and what your experience has been, and what you think is right about this and what is wrong. Let us know. Uh, for Immaculate, I think it is emotional confusion. They grew apart because she said she's a university student who fell for her male best friend while dating her boyfriend. She fell for her male best friend while dating her boyfriend from high school. Oh, so she met someone in high school. I'm going to. She fell for someone in high school, and then when she went at the university, she fell for her male best friend. Now, and she says one kiss turns into months of cheating. Now, I think hers is emotional confusion. Guys, let us agree. There is also what they call emotional confusion. You are confused. You don't know even what you want as a person. And so you go for just about anything. There is recently a gentleman I got to hear that is now turned suicidal simply because he doesn't know whether he likes girls or he likes men. He doesn't know. So that is emotional confusion. And it can send you places to do just about anything simply because you don't know where you fall or where you belong. We all need to know where we fall. But before we do, we shouldn't get ourselves entangled in relationships because then we'll hurt people and end up hurting ourselves as well. And I'll read. Roger says, Mommy, read my comment very well. You said, leave that name, Dina Max Chago. Okay, did I read it well now? Because that's what you wrote. Now, I think Immaculate is having emotional confusion and is also growing apart from her partner. Single dad says, but I think cheating is just one's habit. It's there to or not. Cheating has never made sense to me. Yeah, to some point, it's actually someone's habit. You choose to be a cheater because if you're happy with the person that you are with, why really step out? I don't understand. Well, you keep on saying, people keep on giving excuses for what they have done, that it was just this, it was just that. Well, it hurts the one who gets to hear it and the one who gets to go through it. And it hurts the both of you at the end of the day because whether you like this person, I mean, I also don't understanding. I'm like single dad. I don't really understand it. How can you love someone so much you cheat on them? You love them that much you cheat. It's really something as well I would agree with that I don't understand. It's one of those things that I don't understand. But like I said, some cheating is because of emotional neglect, some is because, sorry, it's psychological, some of it is emotional, some of it is spiritual. So if it is spiritual, it's hard for anyone to understand because you meet someone who loves you back and loves you really good, but you step out on them. You meet someone who cares for you, but you do what? You cheat on them. It's because it's spiritual, it's beyond your control. That is something also as well that is different. Such people are meant to be alone because no one would understand what they are going through and why they do what they do. And Dina Max says, some ladies cheat because it is because of a family tie or background. Yeah, yeah. Some people do. Like I said, it's psychological, it is spiritual. because it's something they can't help but do because it runs in the family. My mom was like that. My mom never settled with one person. So some people cheat basing on that. Yeah, and Dina is right. And Roger says, Mommy, I mean that comment after Dina's comment. Yes, because someone can give me money. Or you said, which means Dina, you like telling, selling your body, your body spare parts. No, that is not what she meant. She meant that you would cheat. Say like to sort bills at home. You know you have to take care of your kids. They have to eat, but there's no food at home, and your man has no job. That is what she meant. She doesn't enjoy selling her body spare parts, like you're putting it. No, no, that's not what she means. She meant you would be forced to do that if you have to take care of children and a man that has no job. You could be tempted to do it. So some people cheat because of responsibility. That is what I understood from Dina's comment. Now, I also had a story from Titi. Titi said she's in a relationship with a jealousy, controlling man. No freedom, no friends, no peace. She met someone who gave her space, respect. She cheats to feel human again. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Immaculate, for your sharing. But I also now am addressing Fifi. Fifi says that Roger says, can someone give you money for free? What money for? Well, someone can give you money, but in return, you get to be with them. You're not intentionally going out to cheat, but you're doing it out of responsibility to your family. You want to take care of them and provide. But because you can't, you have no job, this person offers to give you money just so you spend time with them. You do. Not because it's in you to do on any of those things, but because of responsibility. I hope that is clear, Rogers. Otherwise, Fee says she's in a relationship with a jealousy, controlling man. No freedom, no friends, no peace. She met someone who gave her space and respect. She cheats to feel human again. Oh my goodness. Now, the theme there is escape and emotional abuse. That is why she's going that way, because she wants to escape the reality of her life. And so that is why she's cheating, because the one she's with does not allow her to breathe. She wants to feel human again. So you see that the reasons as to why people cheat are different. Roger says, I refused. I don't know what you refused, but you can explain more. Now, Fee, that was her reason for cheating. She wanted to feel like she's human again. So hers is, the escape. She wanted to escape. Yeah. She wanted to escape, that state where she was emotionally not allowed to be free. How can you be in a relationship with someone who doesn't allow you to have friends, no going anywhere, no meeting anyone? That you feel like a prisoner in your own life, and it's sending you to do things that ideally you wouldn't do. Now, thank you so much, Fee, for sharing. And Fao said she started texting a stranger she met on a social app. It started innocently, then it turned romantic. Her long distance boyfriend never found out, but guilt ate her alive. Did you guys hear that one from Fao? Fao says she started texting a stranger she met on social app. It started innocently, then turned romantic. Her long distance boyfriend never found out, but guilt ate her alive. So that one is what we call digital cheating. And many of us do it because we create personalities where you are somebody on a social media platform, and then that person is not who you are in real life, but you pretend. I've seen those programs. It doesn't normally end well. It's called catfishing. You pretend to be someone, and then when it's meetup time, you don't show. You catfish that person, but it's also not good. Now, Fao, that was her guilt. It's called digital cheating. In case Fao, you didn't know what you are doing, and it's also emotional emptiness. And also, it is called temptation. You are tempted, and so the good thing is never mounted to anything physical, but it is called temptation. It's called emotional cheating. It's called, digital cheating and emotional emptiness. Emotionally, you feel empty. You feel the reason why people seek out for more or better is because they are not happy with what they have. If I'm happy with what I have, I always give examples of when you have eaten real good food, real nice food, and to your fill. Once you're served, even if it's a way better meal, but you have eaten to your fill, you would not even look that way because there would not be room for you to take in anymore. Now, the reason why we cheat, why we step out, is because we are dissatisfied. We are not contented. We are not happy with what we have. But if we choose to be happy with what we have, trust me, even if something better presents itself, you're happy. You are contented with what you have. So with Fao, I would say that was digital cheating. You really cheated digitally because you said it started with texting a stranger that you had met on social media, and it started innocently, then turned romantic. Then the long distance boyfriend never found out, but guilt ate you alive because of the things and the person you were around this total stranger. So we all we do things, but there is different kinds of cheating. That one was digital cheating, and your state file was called emotional emptiness. You are empty and you looked for someone to fill you up, and it is also called temptation. Now, I also have got a friend from Tammy. Tammy says she was drunk and heartbroken after a fight. And then she slept with someone at a party. The next day she was crushed by guilt and confessed immediately. Now look why she cheated. She said she was drunk and heartbroken after a fight. She slept with someone at a party. The next day she was crushed by guilt. Now, do you see why she cheated? So we are looking at reasons why women cheat. So if you're one who is a woman and drinks, stay away from alcohol because alcohol will lead you to do things that you've never dreamt of doing. Because she says she was drunk and heartbroken. And Dina says if there is communication breakdown whereby I feel unheard, misunderstood, or emotionally distant. Also, Dina is trying to give reasons or grounds under which she would cheat. It is when she's not heard, she's misunderstood, or emotionally distant. So, guys, those are also reasons that could lead a person to cheat because different people have different reasons as to why they do the things they do. And most of the time, there's nothing new under the sun. There are always reasons that have existed before, and many have also given us excuses for their behavior. Though single dad said that there is no excuse for cheating. Now, what Tammy went through, the theme would be impulse, regret, and honesty is the one that helped her. It would be impulse. She acted on impulse when she drank and decided to sleep with just anyone that came around, which was wrong. And what followed that was regret and honesty, because she later went and confessed everything. So these things go in line. The theme is impulse, where she drank, And then the drinking led to sleeping around, and then she woke up with regret. And the next thing is honesty coming out, where she confesses what she had just done. So you can see, guys, there are so many reasons. Now, I also have a reason, a text from Nana. Nana says she's a girl who never believed in monogamy. She loved her boyfriend, but has always believed in open love. Now, I will read Roger's comment. For us, some men, just a minute as I read Roger's comment. He says, for us, some men, we cheat because of the love to mixing blood. I really didn't understand you, Rogers. What do you mean by mixing blood? You want to, have different people, kids from different places? Is that what you're trying to say? Because some Ugandan men believe that if you have one woman and she bears children for you, if those children are not lookers, your children, you have only had uh, kids that are not lookers. And others say if they are not brilliant, then you'll be stuck with kids that are concrete headed. All that kind. I think that's what Rogers is trying to say, but it's also so cheap because if it is your DNA going around, it will produce the same. If if Rogers, you are not a good looking man, even when you have children outside somewhere else, they won't look fine because the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. If you, Rogers, were not brilliant in class, guess what? Even if you sleep around trying to find for brilliant kids, you will not find them because it's not in you. And so you're not passing it out. What you're filled with is what you're giving out. I hope that is clear, Rogers. But you said you men go cheating because you're looking for mixing of blood. I hope I got you and got you well. Dina Max says, if I have friends with multiple friendships, then I can also do it. Yeah, that is where they say company, the kind of company that you keep. If it is a good one, it will keep you on track. If it's a bad one, it will keep you, off track because it's a kind of company that you keep. And I agree with you, Dina. Now, Nana says she's a girl who never believed in monogamy. She loved her boyfriend but has always believed in open love. She cheats but doesn't even feel it was cheating. She thinks commitment shouldn't equal possession. Oh my goodness. Nana has some serious things she's saying here, guys. I'll read her comment once again. She says she's a girl who doesn't believe in monogamy. In other words, Nana does not believe in one man, one woman kind of relationship. For her, she believes, put it out there, anyone is free to enjoy the cup of tea anytime they feel like. Dina says if you entertain compliments from the other men, it can cause cheating. And also when I'm not contented. Yeah, the lack of contentment can lead to cheating. Yeah. Dina is right though. Dina is right. I don't know where Lydian is or where TJ went off to or Shaboya. I don't know where you guys went off to and Jasper, Cedric. I don't know where you are. But you should really give us your opinions on this one. Nana says she's a girl who has never believed in monogamy. In other words, she doesn't believe in one partner kind of relationship. She always looks at open love, she calls it. And so when she cheats, it doesn't feel it was cheating because she thinks commitment shouldn't equal to possession. So the theme in Nana's thing is differing values. None other way she grew up. Your values are way different from many people. You don't think open relationship, you don't think monogamy is good, and you are for love. Open love, guys, not open love, not open marriage, not open love. You can love anyone. But where I differ with you, Nana, is you cannot openly love everyone. You cannot. We have only one heart that pounds for that one person, unless you've not met them. But if you have, you wouldn't go around pumping for just or throbbing for over or everyone that you see. It would be a different story unless you've not met that one person, because we have only one heart that has room to love only one person, not everyone that is out there. So I think Nana's case is differing values. So people cheat because of differing values. I don't value the same things you do, so I will cheat. You believe in monogamy, I don't. And so I do the things I do. And open relationships, that is another thing that has led to cheating. If we are in an open relationship, guess what? I will sleep around and it won't be anything bad. Nana says her boyfriend, she loves her boyfriend, but has always believed in open love. She cheats but doesn't even feel it. It was cheating. She thinks commitment shouldn't equal to possession. So, in other words, just because I'm committed to you doesn't mean you own me. I can do what I want. Then I also see the psychological clash here with Nana. Nana is really got some other things going on that God has to help her with. Now, how do we begin to heal from relationships that have hurt us or from cheating? Repentance. Remember, this channel is dedicated to the Bible. So now we are going to go back and see how do we heal from, cheating. If you're a girl that has cheated, we start off with repentance. A broken heart before God. God has never refused or denied. So we start off with repentance. Repentance to God and repentance to your partner. And then try and see if things can work out. You forge and make sure it works out. And another one is confession. If you've done something, we all need to be like, who is my friend that confessed because she couldn't take it? Tammy. Tammy said she couldn't, and yet it was digital or social media chat. Cheating. It was digital cheating, but she had to confess. So confession can help, and accountability. When you're accountable to someone, you tell people what you have done, what you're about to do, where you're going, who you are with. Accountability and confession can help bring us to healing. Also, counseling and mentorship. Seeking wise counsel from people who have seemingly made it. You ask them, how were you able to? And then learn or borrow a few things here or there. Then forgiveness and rebuilding. Trust. You forgive and then you try and rebuild that trust. It would, if I'm the one who cheated and the girl that cheated, I first of all also have to receive forgiveness for myself for what I did, and also try to rebuild that trust with this person. If I cheated, try and assure them that it won't happen again and give reasons why it happened, and ask that you're accountable and someone is because you've confessed, someone is checking up on you to see that it doesn't happen again. Because rebuilding trust is not easy, but it is possible. It is not the easiest thing, but it is possible. And I'll ask this question to you, Dina, to you, Rogers. Have you ever, and single dad, have you ever forgiven someone who cheated on you or been forgiven? Because, we could be here thinking it's the girl and when it's the boy. Dina says nowadays cheating is a fashion. It is a best way of exploring everything you have never. Yeah, Dina. You have ever heard of. Oh my goodness, Dina, that's a hot one. It is a slap in the face. It is fashion. I didn't know cheating is fashion. You said nowadays cheating is fashion. It is the best way of exploring everything you have ever heard of. So if you have heard there is this that goes on, and so you cheat and get to experience all of it. Oh my goodness. So people cheat because cheating is fashion. I didn't know that. Dina, thank you for the alert on that one. I was asking, have you ever forgiven someone who cheated on you, or even been forgiven? If it is you, let me know. Now, cheating, whether by a man or a woman, wounds deeply, guys. It does wound deeply. But with God, no wound is too deep to be healed. Cheating, whether by man or woman, wounds deeply. It is so deep that the things that you have never thought you would do, you do. Simply because, like I was saying, cheating, whether by man or woman, wounds deeply. It does wound deeply. But with God, no wound is too deep to heal. Oh my goodness, my mic acts up a lot. I don't know, guys. I did my best with them. I hope you can hear me. This one I started with, and you complained that it is not good. I think I should have a fundraise where you guys help me get a better one. Otherwise, I don't know what's going on with my mics. Either they are getting old, but if someone has a better mic or is in position to get me one, go ahead, guys. I will appreciate it. Otherwise, once I find out when I find out, then we are done. That is what Dina says about cheating. Because I asked, have you ever forgiven someone who cheated on you or been forgiven? Dina says, voice, my dear, I hope it's better now. It was my mic and I've changed it. I hope Dina, Rogers, and anyone else that is listening in, guys, I need other mics. If you can help fund, yeah, go ahead and help me get better mics. You know the number is +256762599 138. That's a line that can also work mobile money. It doesn't hurt if you get me that mic and we can have better sound together. Otherwise, I don't know what's going on with my mics. They keep on acting up all the time. I think they are old. Now, cheating, whether by man or woman, I was saying, wounds deeply, but with God, no wound is too deep to be healed. Ladies, if you're feeling tempted, pause. Because what cheating does, it pushes you to do something, to become someone you're not. Now, if you're thinking of doing it because your man did it, pause, breathe, and pray. There you'll be having a better mind to make your decisions. Gentlemen, if you've been hurt, heal and don't harden. Yeah, don't harden, because when we harden, guess what? We become these rocks that cannot be moved easily. And we become people that can't relate with reason. So if you're a woman and you got to know your husband cheats or cheated, think, take a breather and pray. Ask God to guide you on what you should do. Because sometimes when we do tit for tat, we don't only hurt those people that have hurt us, but we hurt ourselves. Because, like, I don't know who it is that said that she did it not because she was in love. Well, I want to quote her and quote her right. She said she did it not because she loved, but because she wanted. She was out of anger. Yeah, it was Carol. She says, I cheated not out of desire, but out of anger and revenge. Out of anger and revenge. After you've done it, you don't feel any better. It doesn't mean that now you're going to feel like, oh, okay, that weight is lifted. You even feel heavier because you know you did it and you're wondering, why did this person even do it in the first place? Because it won't hit you the same way like you thought it would, but yet you've done it. And there are doors that are best kept closed, guys. There are doors that are best kept closed. Because if you get into that mode, you sleep with this one and you don't feel like you've got your revenge very well, then you open, because you've opened that door, another person can come around and you go with that one as well, just trying to hurt the other person as much as possible. But in the meantime, you're opening your life to, a risky kind of relationship where you could get diseases, you could be killed, you could be caught in the middle, a lot. And we don't only hurt ourselves, but we hurt also those who love us. I didn't know there are people who look up to me as me. So my choices, my decisions don't only affect me and the person I'm trying to revenge, but also those who are looking up to me and for guidance, for counsel, for, they still have hope out there in certain things because of what I've done. So our decisions really should be thought through before we revenge on what they call revenge cheating. You're better off walking out on a relationship than revenge cheating, because it hurts and hurts really bad, because after you've done it, you feel even much more empty and it doesn't even the scores and it's painful. So, guys, you need to think about it and think about it real hard. I asked the question, is there any of us who is watching that has ever been cheated on, just as we plan to conclude, and forgiven? Or is there someone who has been forgiven or has forgiven someone who did it? So let me know. It's a live chat. Let me know who it is that has gone through anything. Many people have shared, and I would just want to thank all those who have sent in their comments: Eva, Nana, Fifi, Priya, Carol, and Dina, Rogers. You guys have been amazing. Up there on the screen, you see what it says: top fans. Top fans, I'll start scoring, guys. Those of you who have, tried so much to keep this channel going and this live going. I thought Friday would be good to unwind this way. There are so many people who are not busy on Friday. I don't have anywhere to spend time. You can book this and make it a date every Friday. If everything goes well and there is no power, load shedding, or technical issues, as in, data, Wi-Fi issues, guys, we can always stay on here, chat, laugh a little, and learn as well. I would also like to know what topics you would want us to discuss come next Friday. I was thinking of prenups, whether they are good or a joke of relationships, a mockery to relationships. I don't know whether that is a good one, but thank you so much, guys. Those of you who have been here from the very beginning. If you've enjoyed, go ahead and like, guys. You lose nothing. There's a like button on your screen. Go ahead and tick it, and let me know whether you enjoyed yourself on this live. And those of you who are in the vent, or what we call Kamoli in Uganda, I hope next Friday you'll be more active than today and you share, because we learn, we heal, and we grow on this channel. If you've been blessed, if you've enjoyed yourself, don't forget to like. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. You'll be able to get notifications of what this channel is all about. Videos as and when they drop in. You'll also be able to get in the archives all the videos that we have done, whether it is lives that you're interested in, or whether it's the books that we have read from the Bible, because this is a Bible-based channel. You'll be able to get and binge on any of those books. and again, have fun, you know, going through all that we have done in the past. Otherwise, you have been a great sport. Guys, being here from start to now, even those of you who have not said a word, if you still want to stay on, guys, say something. Let me know who it is that is watching. Let me know where you're watching from. And Dina says, good night, family. Good night, my dear. Thank you for joining tonight's live, where we were talking about why we cheat. If this touched you, share it with someone. If it did really touch you, if you learned a few things about the mind of women, because we've got a mind of our own where we act a certain way. I could even be cheated on today and I don't respond, and I act 3 years later, having crafted my skills, so thought through what I'm going to do very well. So you can imagine. Now you know the mind of women and what we do as women. Yeah. Share it with someone who needs healing and clarity. And don't forget to like, guys. Don't forget to comment and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Keep digesting the word and let it transform you. Let the word that you're reading transform you and make you a different person. Otherwise, let me know who is watching before I conclude, because you're there, but you're not saying a word. I need to know who it is that is watching, who has been on, and where you're watching in from. Let me know who it is that is watching. Otherwise, the topics that are thought of for next week, you guys can guide me on which one. We can talk about bride price, dowry, and wedding expectations. That is one topic. We can also talk about when one partner is a spender and the other is a saver. I need topics from you guys. Or can you date someone who is bad with money? Those are all topics, guys. Can you date someone who is very bad with money? All such relationships are nice because some people just like to be with a man who doesn't, he's not good with money, and you just spend, buying all these things that you don't need and throwing them away at the end of the day. So there are so many topics that we will talk about in the future, but there is a WhatsApp number in the description. I'm hoping that will guide us on what to do. You can always, if you want to join the WhatsApp group, go ahead. Oh, Olive, thank you so much for tuning in. You're late. I know, I know. Thank you, my dear. How are you, Olive? It is a live chat, and it has been a live chat. We are talking about why women cheat. Maybe we can hear from you, Olive. Why do women cheat? Why do women cheat, Olive? Because we have been on for close to 2 hours, Olive. I don't know. You can always watch the rerun, but I want also to hear your opinion. Why do women cheat? Why do you think women cheat? We have covered some grounds. It's categorized into spiritual, into psychological, and emotional, sorry. So those are areas that have led people to cheat. Emotional being the emotional neglect where the man is absent but always present, and you don't feel like your emotions are met. Uh, Cedric says this has been an eye opener. Thank you so much for the comment. Emotional. Olive says with the laughs. So people, yeah, there have been live examples here, Olive, where people have said they've cheated because the man had a 14-hour job and she was always by herself. And so until she met with an old friend, that it's one thing led to another, and before you know it, it had ruined a good thing. So emotional neglect is key. And another one they said was, oh, Olive, you've missed a lot. You've really, really mixed. There's one who said she cheated out of impulse. She got drunk after a big fight and cheated and then woke up and regretted and confessed everything. So hers was cheating out of impulse and out of uh, heartbrokenness. And another one's cheated because of the digital cheating. She says she cheated because her boyfriend, she met someone online. Did you know there is digital cheating? Well, there is someone who said they cheated digitally and regretted it. She says guilt ate her up alive. And then there's another one who said differing values. For her, she doesn't believe in monogamy. She believes in open love. Now, open love allows her to take in anyone and just have anything with them. Just taking you through what we talked about. Some cheat to do revenge. Yeah. And someone mentioned that, Olive. They said it was out of revenge that they cheated. So, summary, someone else cheated because of retaliation, of pain, and broken trust. She had trusted this person that later betrayed her. And another one said because of low self-esteem, someone came up there praising them on how good they look, and so they cheated because they could not believe someone was finding them that fine. That is to take you through all of what you've missed, but you can go ahead and binge on the rerun. Otherwise, guys, it has been fun having you all on board. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, guys, for subscribing. And I see the likes going up. Anyone who has watched and liked, please go ahead and hit that like button. I'll be able to see you here that you have liked. If you enjoyed what you just listened to, go ahead and like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm so glad that you've tuned in. Dina, thank you so much. Rogers, thank you. Olive, thank you so much for making time. And Cedric, thank you. Shaboya, thank you. TJ, thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, until next time, you have been amazing. And unless you have something to say, I would like to sign out and say bye-bye.